Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement could not have gone better as the Iowa women's basketball team defeated the number 4 ranked USC in front of a sold-out crowd. So let's talk about it. What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club. Just yesterday was Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement day in Iowa. I'm sure that you guys saw all of the photos and videos going around on social media. I honestly thought the ceremony was really sweet. I thought it was perfect. Caitlin's entire family was there. The Indiana Fever front office and head coach Stephanie White was there. Coach Lisa Bluder came back. Her old teammates came back, including Kate Martin, to support her. It was overall, it seemed like a great day in Iowa. And what made it even better was the fact that the Iowa women's basketball team pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the season. So Iowa beat USC 76-69, and I remember when I saw that USC was on the schedule for this day, I was a little worried because I was thinking, how anticlimactic would that be on Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement day if Iowa lost? They were not favored to win this game by any means. Iowa currently is unranked, and they're going up against a USC team who only has one loss under their belt, and they obviously have a superstar like Juju Watkins. But I have to give it up to the Iowa girls because they came out there to play. The bright lights were on. It was a sold out arena. It was obviously such a big day, and Caitlin Clark is in the stands, the GOAT of Iowa, and they came out to play and they got the job done. Now, I do want to talk about Lucy Olsen because she truly carried her team to this victory. And I talked about her a little bit yesterday and my theory that I think that Indiana Fever could pick her up with their 19 or 20 pick in the draft because there are still, it seems like in the Indiana free agency world, they are still figuring out who are going to be those last puzzle pieces to this team. And in my honest opinion, I don't think that the Indiana Fever need to, at this point in time, just go for the best players that are out there. I think they have their stars. They have them in Caitlin Clark, obviously, and Kelsey Mitchell. Honestly, the starting five is a powerful team enough for the Indiana Fever with Caitlin, Kelsey, DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston. And so when you're looking at those players to come off the bench, I don't think that they need some star players to come in for the Fever. I think that you just need players who fit the system and who are going to fit specific roles. And I think that after seeing Lucy Olsen play here and seeing her skill set, seeing her mindset, seeing how she is able to push the pace, I think that she could be someone who slots in perfectly with the Indiana Fever. And obviously there is, that little tie to Caitlin. We'll just have to see. It seems like with the WNBA draft, the first 10 picks are kind of locked in. And then after that, who knows what could happen? Kate Martin didn't even know if she was going to get drafted at all. And then she was picked up by the Aces, and it seems like she's going to flourish with the Golden State Valkyries. So I feel like anything could happen. I think this theory is kind of fun to play around with. But with that, you guys, I do want to look at some of Lucy Olsen's highlights if you're not familiar with her game, and we can just break these down together. So Lucy Olsen isn't a true point guard. She's slotted as a 2 guard, but she does handle the ball well. And something that impresses me about her game is her mid-range game. She honestly has some of these turnaround jumpers. Her footwork is really good. She's able to take it to the basket. And she ended the game with 28 points, 4 assists, 3 steals, and was 10 for 18 from field goal. And as you could see right there, she just uses her footwork to get to the basket. She's not necessarily the quickest guard that we have ever seen, but she does have an endless motor. She's always pushing the pace. And she does have pretty good basketball IQ as well. Here she is again, taking it to the basket, dishing it off. And like I said here, she's slotted as a 2 guard, but she handles the ball well. And when we talk about this backup point guard position for Caitlin Clark with the Indiana Fever, I don't necessarily think that they need a true point guard, they also need to invest in what the future is going to be for the Indiana Fever. And you can easily develop somebody. Even a Kelsey Mitchell can play point at times, and she's not a true point guard. So this is just someone to me, and here she is on defense getting a steal here, taking it all the way. It's just somebody to me who might make sense, and maybe it's not a Lucy Olsen, but maybe it's someone else who plays a similar style of game as she does. And you can see that they are so hype on the bench. What I noticed most about this Iowa USC game, obviously USC was coming in as the true favorites in this game, but what Iowa did better is they played better team ball than USC, and USC was frazzled from the jump. They only had 4 points in the first quarter. I don't know if it was the bright lights, I don't know if it was the atmosphere, I don't know, or if it was just Iowa who was able to disrupt their offense, but USC did not look like they carried the same chemistry as this Iowa team. And USC individually has much better players, but Iowa came out as a united front with a lot of energy. Their chemistry looked great, and they were really disruptive on the defensive end. USC was missing shots that they normally wouldn't around the basket. They were making silly turnovers, but there were plenty of times that Iowa was just getting touches on the ball defensively, and it just seemed like they really wanted it. And you guys, this is actually the first time that Iowa has beaten an AP top 5 team while being unranked since February 8th, 2001. They rose to the occasion. I have nothing but good things to say about this team. I thought it was great. So during the jersey retirement, I also thought it was really classy of the USC women's basketball team because they stayed on the court, and obviously that's a tough loss for them. That's a team who would love to be in the Final Four, is going for a championship. They have now dropped in rank to number 7 with this loss, but they stayed on the court after they watched Caitlin Clark's jersey go into the rafters. And Caitlin Clark even gave a little shout out to Juju and said that she's a great player. She talked about Juju on the broadcast as well, saying that Iowa's entire scouting report was to make sure that Juju didn't go off for too much. So I just love to see the mutual respect between these two players, because there has been a lot of comparisons lately as if Juju's the next Caitlin or Juju's already better than Caitlin, and there just seems to be a mutual respect between the two. Now, speaking of the Juju and Caitlin comparisons, a reporter actually asked Juju after the game if she is chasing Caitlin Clark's scoring title and how much she thinks about it, and here is what she had to say.
I don't really think about it that often. I think I just try to maximize every game and go in with the same mindset of, trying to do what I do to the best of my ability. And yeah, I think the ultimate goal is to win, and we'll know what history holds when it's all said and done.
I mean, I would just say I think Juju's been authentic in her own journey the whole time. I think her gravity and Kiki and our other LA players has really energized the community. I think it's neat that we have players from LA, two smart, talented, beautiful African American women that are people that look like them, can look up to them too, and they're on an authentic journey. And Caitlin, obviously, opened the door to so many new basketball fans, and I don't think we really ever compared Juju or Kiki or our team to Caitlin in that way, but this progress for women's basketball, I want them to be able to do it and write their own story, and obviously the attention on it is something that they've stepped into and handled it really well, and I don't think women's basketball is going to turn back.
The narrative around Juju trying to break Caitlin Clark's scoring record has honestly come because she has played at the ends of some games where USC is blowing out another team by 30, 40, 50 points. The coach has been keeping her on the floor. And even in this game last night where she needed to be on the floor, she did play the full 40 minutes of the game. And that is something where in close games, Juju is going to play all 40 minutes. But when they're blowing out another team, I think it's in the best interest of Juju, and her coach should know this. She shouldn't be on the floor during those garbage time minutes. She should be resting up. The last thing that Juju would want, the last thing that this USC team would want is for her to get injured playing during times when she does not need to be on the court. And Juju says here that she's not thinking about it. She's just trying to play into what the game gives her. But I honestly think this question should have been directed towards the coach. a little bit more. So with that, you guys, the AP has now come out with their updated top 25 teams in women's basketball. We have UCLA at number 1, South Carolina at number 2, which actually just yesterday, A'ja Wilson also got her jersey retired back in South Carolina. They blew out Auburn, but it seemed like A'ja Wilson had an incredible time. There were tears. Bam Adebayo was there, so congratulations to her as well. Number 3, we have Notre Dame with one of my favorite players, Hannah Hidalgo. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, UConn. I'm honestly surprised that they are still up that high. Number 6, LSU. Number 7, USC. Number 8, Ohio State. Number 9, TCU. And number 10, Duke. So we will just have to see how the rest of the season pans out. You guys let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite part about Caitlin's jersey retirement day? And do you think that there's a chance that the Indiana Fever might go for Lucy Olsen in the draft? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. Of course, thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it and click that little subscribe button because we upload new videos every single week. And with that, you guys, hi Sky, are you coming to say hello? Whoa. And with that, you guys, we'll see you next time. Ooh, and